Here we have a deployable structure, so it's a little bit like a sort of very thick balloon, effectively, which inflates with this Kevlar weave on the outside of it. The big challenges are whether it's going to survive in the space environment. So there's a few things there. In low Earth orbit, there's lots of space junk, but also natural meteors which come at different times per year. There's also the radiation environment, which is significantly higher than on the Earth's surface. There's also extremes of temperatures. As the space station goes around the Earth, it takes 90 minutes to go around the Earth, and it spends some of that time actually in darkness, and so that means that you can have changes in temperature. So the idea of having this as a habitat, a sort of inflatable habitat, if you like, it sounds like a great idea. I mean, it's a bit like putting up a tent and going camping or something like that, but doing that in space. But it's got to be able to protect the astronauts inside from these hazards, such as space junk and space radiation, and those are the key things which they will be trying to see whether that works or not.
You've compared it to pitching a tent. Are we looking in the future at happy campers flying up there from Earth as space tourists and living in these kind of pods?
This is what people would like, and so if one was to have a private space station, this is what this particular company developing this technology wants to make us believe what could happen in the future. And so in orbit, one could have a commercial space station, and they have ideas of potentially sending it to the moon or even to Mars to provide habitats for people.
And could this have implications not just for staying or living up in space, but actually getting there?
For getting there, I mean, if one uses a space station as a staging post, yes, for example, for going to the moon or Mars, this type of idea has been suggested. What they're doing here today is the science fact of can you do the inflatable structure, and then there's ideas of what you could do in the potentially in the future. Because all this type of activity and the reusable launchers which are being developed to try and reduce the cost to space. These are all along the lines of trying to make space a cheaper environment, because at the moment it costs something like $10,000 to $20,000 per kilogram to get anything into space.